Leaders. I mean, this is my favorite topic because I really love community. I'm a person that I bring people together all the time anyways. I love leading Bible studies. I love leading small groups. Kevin and I have been leading groups for years and years. But what my favorite thing to do is be in a community of leaders, a community of people that know where they're going. They're not just floundering. They're not just wandering in life. And I'll tell you this, you don't have to look too far to see most people are on a journey that they are floundering and they are wandering. They have no idea where they are going. So I see that, and I see many people like that, but our goal is to bring them into a community like this where they can get clear vision. They can get to have hope again. They can get to dream again. And even as I hear these amazing leaders share today, I wrote down just 3 things that I already heard today that I want to repeat. First of all, Brandy said, focus on how you are going to feel when you reach that goal. I mean, what a positive statement. What an incredible thing in anything in life. The second thing is, Karen said, you have the authority to change the narrative and your success story. What a powerful statement that could change your life forever, just hearing that word. And then lastly, just then Michelle said, escape the ordinary and come out of hiding, put on your shoes. And I love that so much because here's what I want to share. We met with Pat and Karen, and when we sat down with them about intrinsic motivation, which you've already heard about today, is figuring out your why and what motivates you. We sat with them and we said, this is it. Enough is enough. Tell us what to do. We will do it. I'm challenging you right now. Go to your mentors and say, tell us what to do. We will do it. We don't want to live in the past anymore. We don't want to live in yesterday. We don't want to live in what Yolanda even touched on. Learn from your failures and then start again. Bring it again, breathe again, get your shoes on. That's why I loved what Michelle just said. And so what we decided to do is get our running shoes on. And we said, let's create community. So we put together with Pat and Karen a night at their house. It doesn't have to be at their house. It could be at your house. It could be at a place that you rent. It could be anywhere. You could rent out a coffee shop, whatever you need to do. And what we did is said, let's put a list together. And Kevin and I went to work. And what I want to share with you is when you get a target and a date and you set it in the calendar, and then your mind begins to focus and go to work to make that happen. And that's exactly what it did for me. I put down a list of people that, we talk about the hundreds list, the scared list, all these things. I want you to know that I went for it. I went for my scared list. And I'm not scared of anybody, but there's those people that you think, wow, well, they might not need it. They might not want it. And what I did is I invited them to a community night for entrepreneurs and business leaders. And I built up Pat and Karen, and whoever that is, if you're just sharing from your heart, or your leader can come in or fly in or drive in, whatever it is. But I built them up and I said, you've got to come. You've got to hear something that will create streams of income. Do you know there's people wanting to create streams of income? There's entrepreneurs, there's business leaders that are wanting what you have. They want time and money and freedom. If you want to do it for a health and hope, there's people everywhere looking for solutions of a way to feel good this summer, to feel good. They've been to the beach, they've been somewhere and felt horrible, or they've eaten a lot of junk on vacation. So to me, this is the season to grow. This is the time that you literally just say, I know that I'm not gonna hold back anymore. And so I really love that we put on our running shoes and we did it. We had about 50 people at Pat and Karen's house on Monday night. And to see the leaders in the room connecting, to see people excited. And what community does is it breeds new dreams. It breeds new vision. And my favorite thing about community is energy is contagious. Passion is contagious. And you can get it through a Zoom, but you get it differently when you're in the house with someone, you're in the room with someone. And I know as far as intrinsic motivation for me, and Courtney touched on this earlier, the carrot or the stick, which was great, Courtney, is that for me, one motivation for me is to be with other leaders, to be with other thought leaders, people that are going somewhere, that have great vision and great passion. And so to be in the room with those kind of people, sometimes you just need to bring your people together. You need to bring people in a place that they can be seen, they can be a part of something, they can connect with other leaders, and there's a power in unity. There's power for putting them in the right environment for them to grow. And I'll end with this. I wanted to share just two things that people said. We did a thread that, what are the biggest takeaways from Monday night, this entrepreneur night that we put on? And here were some of their comments from people that are on our team, coaches. They said, the biggest takeaway for me was how I continue to be amazed by this team and our leadership. I have zero hesitation wanting to help my friends and family be a part of this team. Do you see the confidence? The confidence rose. This is someone that is new at coaching, but has an on-fire business, and her confidence rose getting in the room with community. And then the next one was, I loved hearing about the 4 streams of income, getting more insight on what is possible. I love seeing the compensation plan again. I loved hearing the stories. The stories were so inspiring, and I got to hear their story, and it gave me more motivation for myself. I love it. And so the last part is that someone said, this is about creating legacy. This is about the why. This is about helping people. And you never know when you form this community, that one thing that is said that is going to shift everything in someone else's life, shift everything in someone else's business. So I'm going to leave you with this, Isaiah 43, 18 through 19. New things. Forget the former things. I will make a way in the desert. And so I just want you to know that God is breathing new life right now. If you want to get on the train, all you have to do is get in motion. You got to set a goal. You got to set a destination of where you want to go with all this intrinsic motivation, and then do the work to get in the room, create community. That's what summer's all about. And you're going to see the harvest in the fall. Thanks so much for letting me share.